What's up, man? It's your boy Alvin again today, man. You already know what's going on. We on part 5 today. Drunk son realizes he killed his own mother. But before we get into this video, my name's Villain. You know what I'm saying? I react to crime videos. I'm a little insane in the brain, but you is too if you're watching it with me. And if you got any ideas to do any of these things, don't be watching my videos. I don't need you to find out a new crime to do. You know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and get up out of here. But let's go ahead and get into part 5, man. I'm so ready to watch part 5. I hit stop and start on record so fast. I don't think y'all understand. This junk is getting good. Oh, it's the final part.
What's up, dude?
Final
You go.
part.
I'm telling you, she ain't gonna get up.
Police are at the home of Norma Carricker after receiving a frantic call from her son. He was heavily drunk, but managed to say enough. Someone ran out of the house, and he heard his mother scream.
Police department. Ma'am. Oh,
Norma, detectives never saw coming. A financial motive powerful enough to make everyone close to Norma a potential suspect.
Dawn, I'm sorry. 3 other things come up, so I wanted to grab with my car. So I just had to see if we need to talk about you.
6 o'clock this morning, no one knew what happened, and we all just pulled up. Terry shows up. Well, what happened to Norma? 6 o'clock in the morning, we all just showed up on site. Terry should not have known anything of what happened, but yet he shows up in front of the house. So Norma had a date last night. I don't know who it was. She goes on these weird dating sites, which I warned her about. You don't know who you're talking to.
Right.
Norma has a habit of telling people that she's got all this money. So that's another thing to look into. Everything in my body tells me Terry had something to do with it. Norma's extremely depressed all the time. Terry is a big problem. If Terry thought that his income was coming to a close, if she was dating, it would probably make him very angry. She had an escrow, like millions and millions of dollars. If Terry is beneficiary and Norma's gone, Terry gets up to $5 million.
So you're saying this year Norma would have gotten Tom's estate?
Yes, like $5 million.
Damn.
Do we know that for certain? Because I say this, I don't know that he was worth that much.
Yeah, for certain.
According to Dawn, Norma was due to receive a multi-million-dollar payout from the estate of her late husband, Charles Carricker, a former mayor of Troy, Illinois, and a longtime local businessman. This revelation changed everything. Suddenly, anyone close to Norma who knew anything about the money had a potential motive. Neil Howard, her financially dependent son struggling with alcoholism, Terry Dietz, her ex-boyfriend known for financial manipulation, and even her daughters, Andrea and Jenny, who stood to inherit a life-changing sum. With the suspect pool rapidly expanding, detectives began preparing to closely examine everyone who might benefit from Norma's death. But before they get to that, they caught a lucky break. Neil Howard suddenly requested to speak to detectives without a lawyer. He was quickly brought back for a second interview, where he would finally provide detectives with some clarity, or so they hoped.
My mom, she comes home from one job. She works like 3 jobs. She's a sugar mama to more than one guy.
Do you know these guys?
I know of one, but somehow she going online and meeting guys, random guys coming in and out of the house.
That's gotta be tough for you as her son.
I usually gone. I usually leave or I'm in bed, I'm asleep. I didn't even see her yesterday. She goes from one job to the other. And my sister was supposed to come by and take me to her old house, which is in Troy, to clean it, to make sure it was clean because she was showing it. My sister didn't have shown up. I can hear my mom upstairs. She comes in, changes shirt, changes shoes, and gone. She usually calls me when she's leaving her other job to ask me if she wanted anything to eat. She called me later than usual. She called me, you can look at the phone, she called me at 9:30, I believe, about 9:15, and says...
You said 9:15?
About that time, 9:30. And she said, I've got cab company, which that means you can't make a noise, don't make a peep. Don't go upstairs, you're not there, basically. I said, alright, so what, I gotta hurry up. She said, just take all the clothes off the kitchen table and throw them in the laundry room. So I took all the clothes and threw them in there, and I pulled the door as close as I could so nobody would see what was in there. So I didn't see her drop her car off, but when I went back downstairs, I heard the car door. I can hear it from the basement. Can't see nothing because the windows are real high. I called my girlfriend one more time and I said, so no chance of you coming. She broke her foot last week, so it's hard for her to drive. And I said, no chance you coming tonight? And she said, baby, I can, but you got me all day tomorrow. And I started sending her like love songs and that. And then I called my sister again, wanted to know why she didn't show up and what am I supposed to do about dressing. I'm giving her away on Saturday. I didn't want to wear a tuxedo, or am I wearing dress clothes? No answer, so I bugged her for a while.
According to Neil, at around 10:30 p.m., he heard the sliding door slam shut, indicating Norma's date had left. While this matched James Carter's statement, it didn't explain why Neil waited almost 3 hours before calling 911, claiming he'd found his mother unresponsive immediately after someone had just left the house. Those missing hours were critical to solving Norma's murder, and the detective was about to put Neil's timeline under intense scrutiny to extract any major inconsistencies in his alibi.
Were you drinking last night?
I was.
What'd you have to drink?
Like you'll see, I got a big jug. It was probably sitting right there by my phone. I drank that on that jug 2 days.
So I want to go back to, I want to understand this a little bit more. Why this particular night did you decide to go check on her? If that's a normal...
I went because I heard the back door.
So you can hear the sliding back door over the country music.
So I could hear her talking to the dog.
Okay.
And she was like, get in here. And I heard her say to whoever was there, you ain't what? Hollering out her door, hollering, you ain't got to leave so fast.
So when you cracked the door to let the dog out of your mom's bedroom,
Yeah.
could you see your mom?
I thought she was sleeping.
So then why did you call the police?
I called my sister and I called my girlfriend first.
If your mom sleeps face down in between pillows with a blanket over her, what made you decide to call the police? If that's a normal
The dog
thing for
was
her.
crying at the door.
This was the first major inconsistency in Neil's story. He was now admitting he'd entered his mother's bedroom and seen her covered with a blanket, completely contradicting his earlier claim that he didn't go in until instructed by officers. But rather than immediately calling him out on the lie, the detective decided to take a more subtle approach, carefully empathizing with him and probing the complicated dynamics between Neil and his mother. The goal was simple: to encourage Neil to reveal why he hadn't been fully truthful about that night.
You don't have a car, and to me, I guess where I struggle, and I feel bad for you, I do. I think that you got dealt a shit hand, because you poor guy, you've been through hell and back with health issues, and then you have to live in this basement.
Oh, the sewage, the gross.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you're expected to be quiet. Every time your mom brings a new man home, and you have to sit there and listen to her ass. And I tell you right now, I would be upset.
This is a known fact. You can ask my sisters. You know, they're telling my mom is dangerous.
Your mom's dangerous?
No, these random guys.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but you know what, man? Sleeping in a basement, putting on earplugs to avoid listening to your mom have sex, and have random guys coming over and listen to country music real loud. I mean,
No.
Neil's acknowledgement of the tension between him and his mother was exactly what the detective wanted. A grown man, financially dependent, stuck at home while his mother dated other men. Neil openly acknowledged this uncomfortable dynamic, yet remained emotionally detached, showing none of the rage previously seen during his arrest. As the interview progressed, Neil's responses began to slip, revealing more contradictions and doubts about his story. But one specific detail stood out to detectives. Neil never once asked how his mother died. Most people facing such news would desperately seek answers. Neil's lack of curiosity.
It's not finished. Hold on, time the fuck up.
You go.
Time the fuck up. They saying final part. Oh my god. How is it the final part? Crazy Crimes. We gotta do better, bro. We gotta do better. You said that was the final part. That wasn't even the final part. I don't even know how the story ends. I'd have to go to Dr. Insanity's y'all wanna watch the rest of it, go to Dr. Insanity page and type up the caption that was in the video, bro. But yeah, man, y'all wanna watch the rest of that, man, go with Dr. Insanity page, man. This is where he get his stuff at. And I'll catch you on the next video, man. Peace. Scott to you, boy.